Start with a dot. If 0 could represent a dimension, it would appear somewhat like a dot. It has no length, no width, no height, and no time. Stack that dot on top of itself infinitely, and you get a straight line that is your first dimension. In this first dimension, you can surmise there would be time because you have a distance of space to travel in. A straight line that you could only travel forward or backward. When you stack that line on top of itself infinitely, you get a flat plane. This is the second dimension. Here you have an area to move forward, backward, left, or right. Then stack the plane on top of itself infinitely to get the third dimension. This is where we live, where we can go forward, backward, left, right, up, or down. It's hard to imagine what could be beyond that, or how you could stack the third dimension on top of itself. It will be more like the third dimension is surrounded on all sides by another third dimension in order to get the fourth dimension. Try to imagine existing in the fourth dimension. You would not be a singular being as we know ourselves in the third dimension. You would be able to exist outside of the third dimension, in a place beyond the third dimension. It may be possible to exist everywhere in the third dimension at the same time. It is not clear whether you can move backward or forward in time in the fourth dimension, but time can exist in all three dimensions. It doesn't seem like the fourth dimension would be a dimension of just time. There has to be more. You have an aspect added that doesn't exist in the lower dimensions. For instance, the first dimension only has length and time to travel the distance. It has no width or height. The second dimension only has length, width, and time to travel the area. It has no height. Finally, the third dimension has length, width, height, and time to travel the area. In order to believe that the fourth dimension is time, we have to ignore the pattern laid out by the preceding dimensions. Time is something we can measure and witness as it transpires. It seems that the fourth dimension would have an aspect that is beyond our reach. This new aspect is something that our minds cannot quite grasp. Whatever it is, though, you can more than likely see things we are not capable of seeing in the third dimension. We may be able to see the end of a rainbow or measure its confines. Regardless of what it is, this aspect is a mystery that piques our interest and ignites our minds to think of something outside of ourselves. If you like this video, please click like and share and subscribe for more things that excite your mind.